Continuing looking at lesson 7.5 on representing solid figures using nets, we're going to look at some problems on workbook page 101. The first questions, they're asking us to classify these figures, so in other words, to name them. So number 1, in order to classify that, we're going to first look to see whether this comes to a point or whether we have two bases that are parallel. So in this case, we actually have two bases that are parallel, which means it is a prism. And then we're going to name it by the shape of those bases. So since those bases are triangles, that would be known as a triangular prism. Number 2, this one you can see does come to a point. So we're going to look at the base, which is straight down from that point. So since it comes to a point, we know it's a pyramid, and the base is a triangle, so that would be a triangular pyramid. Number 3 also comes to a point, so once again we have a pyramid, and this time our base, questionable, could be a square or a rectangle. It's for sure a rectangle because a square is a type of rectangle, so we could call this a rectangular pyramid. On the next questions, we are trying to identify the solid from its net. So if you can imagine taking this and constructing it into a three-dimensional shape. So number 4, if you can visualize this. One thing to note is there are no triangles here. So on a pyramid, the sides are always triangles. So it's definitely a prism of some sort, and actually all of these faces are rectangles. So that would make it a rectangular prism. If you can kind of visualize that, could kind of go into like a box shape, rectangular prism. Number 5 is very similar to number 4 and just a little differently configured. This also would be a rectangular prism. Number 6, if you can imagine these sides being folded up, what's going to happen, we have these triangles that are folded up, the rectangles that are folded up, and then it's going to kind of look like this. So those triangles are actually going to be parallel to each other. It doesn't just come to a point at all. So this would be a prism. Those bases are triangles, so this would be a triangular prism. Number 7, Josh is going to draw a net of a triangular prism. How many rectangles should there be in his drawing? We just looked at on number 6 a triangular prism, so if you just look back at that, you can see they would need 3 rectangles. Number 8, Monique is going to draw a net of a triangular pyramid. How many triangles should there be in her drawing? So a triangular pyramid, it's a pyramid, so it comes to a point, and triangular means the base is a triangle. So we would need 1 triangle for the base, since it's a triangular pyramid, and then since we have a triangle base, the triangle has 3 sides, means we would have 3 triangles that would be going up to the point on the top. So 1 base plus 3 on the sides would mean 4 triangles. I'm going to skip over number 9. Number 10, Eli drew this net for a triangular prism. Explain why Eli's net is not correct. So if you think about the triangular prism, that was actually like what we did on number 6. So the problem is he only has 2 rectangles instead of 3. He should have one more rectangle, like right here. Okay, so he only has 2 rectangles instead of 3. Number 11, they want us to classify this polyhedron, name all of the faces, edges, and vertices. We're actually not going to name all of them, but we're going to tell how many vertices, edges, and faces we have. So first of all, notice it goes to a point, so it is a pyramid. Straight down from that, we have a triangle, so this would be a triangular pyramid. Vertices would be like the corners. So the corners, you can see we have everywhere that there's a letter, we have a corner. So there are 4 vertices. Edges, we've got 1, 2, 3 going up to the top. And then we also have 3 on the base. So 3 plus 3, that's 6 edges. And then the faces, we have the base triangle, and we have 3 other triangles, would be a total of 4 faces. Once again, if you have vertices plus faces minus edges should equal to 2. So 4 plus 4 minus 6. That's 8 minus 6, which does equal 2. So we're in good shape there. Number 12, if the top of a pencil box is 8 inches by 3 inches, and the side is 3 inches by 2 inches, can you find the dimensions of the front of the box? And the answer is yes. The front of the box, if you just kind of look at our numbers, kind of rearrange where they're at, that would be 2 inches by 8 inches. Number 13, suppose you are shown a polyhedron to classify. Describe the process you would use to classify it. So basically, first step probably would be finding the number of bases, seeing if it comes to a point, which would be a pyramid, or if you have 2 parallel bases, which would be a prism, and then looking at the shape of the base to determine what kind of pyramid or prism that it is. Number 14, Marguerite draws a net of a solid figure. The net has 1 square face and 4 triangular faces. For which polyhedron did Marguerite draw a net? So we don't know exactly how these are related to each other, but it's actually going to look kind of like this. We can try different other ideas, but this is going to be the only one that'll actually work. So that would be the net, and if you can imagine those triangles folding upward, if those triangles fold upward, we have 4 triangles surrounding the square. That is going to be, and this time it does say a square face, so we could call this a square pyramid. More generally, you could call it a rectangular pyramid if you wanted to. So this gives you an idea of how to work with representing solid figures using nets. Have a good day.